to do is talk about it. I have this new awesome screen now. I think it looks kind of cool. I just want to still work on it, but here we go. We're gonna talk about Anthem because I've got a lot of good and a lot of bad to say about this game. I think just over a year now since its release, and I can see where people had issues with it before. I remember only watching some gameplay when it came out. Other than that, though, I haven't touched the game myself till now. Now, I feel like I should definitely make it noteworthy that I got this game for $10. I figured, okay, it's gotta be worth it for $10. And for $10, yes, very worth it. But from full price aspect, even a year later, I think this game still got quite a few problems. So, I think let's start with the good things. Combat was hella fun. The story was really cool. A lot of the characters were kind of neat, fun to talk to. It's fun to explore, find things, all the stuff you can read. The universe is the world is rather kind of fleshed out. They give you a lot to do in terms of that exploration. Honestly, though, that's all I really have to say in terms of the good. It's just fun, and there's much to do in terms of exploration if you are that type of person. If you don't like doing exploration, you don't care much for doing a bunch of side stuff, I don't think you're really gonna like it. But let's get into the bad stuff. Now, as fun as it was, oh my god, it is so repetitive. There are maybe 3 or 4 different tasks that they give you in terms of when you're walking around doing. You'll go ahead, it's a simple formula of talk to the person, get the quest, go out and do either you're solving puzzles, you're pushing buttons, collecting things, or killing enemies. One of those 4 things. This game is very MMO-esque. It's got a lot of MMO elements, where the quests are just repetitive. You're grinding to get gear for no real reason. And that's probably one of my biggest faults with this game, is it really just got to a point where I'm just like, okay, I just want to finish this. Because it just got so repetitive and not... I guess one other thing I can mention too that I'm sort of iffy on is the characters are really cool and they're really fun to talk to. You're walking around, you have all the NPCs that you can just converse with. My problem is there needed to be more in terms of the acting. And I think partly it was because of the animation. There was just no expression when talking to these. Like, the voice actors did a good job, but there's no expression to go along with it. It made it very almost bland. Like, if you close your eyes, it was good. But just looking at their face and listening to their voice, it just didn't match up. Very bland. That's all I can say about that. In terms of other bad things, lots of frame rate issues. Maybe it's because I'm on the original Xbox One. But I had frame rate issues, there were some terrible pop-in issues. Oh my god, the loading time. The loading times were atrocious, and sometimes it would bug out to where it wouldn't load at all, and I would literally have to back out of the game and come back in. I think kind of a minor issue, but not being able to buy things in the store in bulk was kind of annoying. Lack of cosmetics. I mean, they only had like one thing of materials and designs and whatnot in the store at a time. You have to keep coming back day after day. Just give me the whole thing. So there really wasn't a lot in terms of customization, which kind of sucks because in terms of my javelin, that's the one thing I was looking forward to the most. Really making it my own, but they didn't really have a lot. They had 4 different stores, and they were all the same store. They just opened you up on a different tab. Going back to the characters, I think there was a lot of just emptiness. And by that I mean, there were a lot of characters that you talked to, or you did things involving them that just didn't mean anything. Like, sure, it was kind of fun to play their little storyline, but there were some times you're talking to these people, and their conversation going and going and going, coming back to them. It's like, why am I talking to you? I don't need to talk to you anymore. I thought we completed what we were doing. Then, of course, there are some that are just there. Even with some quests, though, you're wondering, why the hell am I even doing this? Has no real end goal, and there's a lot of, again, with the kind of repetitive nature of the quests, there's just a lot of stuff that they put in there just to keep you busy, it feels. Like, none of it is necessary. They're just putting it there to keep you to do stuff. I don't know. I'm very split. I want to love this game, but I think part of this is also because I'm a huge just BioWare fan. I'm a fanboy 100%, so I'm maybe a little biased. At the same time, it's so hard to want to like the game when there's so many just little things that kind of get in the way. But I think those are really my thoughts on Anthem. Overall, I'd say it was a pretty good game, especially for $10. If you're somebody who just wants to play a story, go ahead. I think that's my other con, is you have this whole grinding process, but as far as I can tell, there's no real end game. I think maximum level is 30. End of the game, and I did every single side quest, and I'm not even level 20. Halfway through level 19. So what the hell am I doing now? Am I just grinding, getting gear, getting to max level? Or what? There's no end game here. It's there's no end game. Unlike, I think you can definitely compare the game to Destiny a lot. Destiny at least had like a PvP, and you had the big raids. Anthem doesn't have any of that. It's all just open world stuff. And you have these strongholds, which are basically dungeons in an MMO, which are stupid easy. So I don't know why we're gearing up to begin with. I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of oblivious because I haven't really dived into that, but to me that doesn't seem to be an endgame. And for that, that's a big killer to me when it comes to a game in this type of style. But for what it was, for what we played, I think it was fun. It definitely gave me, what was it? 4, 8, 12. Yeah, I got a little more than 20 hours of content out of it. And I think that's pretty good, especially for $10. But those are my thoughts on Anthem, and I hope I helped you make a decision if you're looking to purchase it.